Hi there. Have you ever wondered why a lot of people are poor? Okay. Recently in a financial class in Abuja, I asked a couple of people why they think that people are poor. And I got fantastic answers. I got answers like people say people are poor because they don't know how to identify opportunities. Some say people are poor because they are uneducated, they didn't go to school. Other people say people are poor because they don't pay tithes. I mean, can you imagine? All right. But the truth is, none of the excuses or reasons they gave was good enough or qualified to be dignified with the privilege of being the reason making people poor. Then, why are you currently at your current financial state? If you're watching this video right now, you know your bank account, you know the amount or the quantity of your asset. Now I ask you, why do you have just that amount of money? It's because of one thing. I figured out by research that the singular reason you are at your current financial state is what I like to call financial thermostat. Yes, you heard me right. Financial thermostat. What does it mean? It means the programming in your mindset, your subconscious, that tells your person that you don't qualify for a certain amount of money. Did I miss you? Yes, I repeat. The programming in your subconscious that tells your person that you don't qualify for a certain amount of money. And guess what? No matter what you do, that amount of money will never find its way to your pocket. If by chance it happens and you have that kind of money, you will start making wrong decisions and start losing the money until you get to the level where your financial thermostat is set. Then you become stable. What do I mean? For some people, their own is 1,000 naira. You know that minimum balance you can't withdraw from the bank. No matter what they do, they will always end up having 1,000 naira left. If they have 10 million naira, they start losing it. They start making wrong decisions and losing the money. When they get to 1,000 naira, they become stable. Now, if yours is set at 10 million naira, if you have 1,000 naira, you discover that you start identifying opportunities, making the right decisions with your money, and you will grow it to 10 million naira, then become stable. The basic reason you are at your current financial state right now is because of your financial thermostat. So what is a financial thermostat? Basically, a thermostat, I like to define it as an instrument that regulates temperature of a room. So if you want the temperature of a room to remain at, say, 37 or 25 degrees centigrade, you set a thermostat. Now, if you heat up that room above 25, the thermostat becomes a cooler and then cools the temperature of the room to 25 and then stabilizes at that. If you reduce the temperature of the room at the same time, because it is set at 25, the thermostat becomes a heater and heats up the room to 25 degrees centigrade and then stabilizes. The same way it works with the heat is the same way it works with your finances. Listen to me, there is no struggle you can do. If your thermostat is set below a certain level, you can never earn above that level. If you do, you will lose it. Now, I tell people this is 2018. You want to make beautiful financial goals. You want to set financial goals. You want to make amazing financial decisions and all of that. But the first thing you will need to deal with is your thermostat. All right, your subconscious thinking, the programming of your being that decides the amount of money you retain in your life. If that is not reset, trust me, there is nothing you do. You will keep finding your way back to the level you are. There's a story someone told me that is very, very graphic. He told me about a guy who wanted to host and impress his business partner one day. Then he invited them for a boat cruise. So they wanted to go catch a fish, in the lake very close to his house. And then so this particular evening, they decided to go on this boat cruise to catch the fish. So he said to them, let's set the navigator to 180 degree north, and then let's see if we're going to get some fish. So it's fixed the navigator, and then after about 1 hour, they still couldn't catch a fish, and they found out they are back at the west side of the lake. So he set it again to 270 degree north and then decided to move again. After 1 hour, I discovered that the boat brought them back to the exact same spot on the west side of the lake. So angrily he switched to 360 degree and thinking maybe some change was going to happen. And after another 1 hour, they still found themselves back at the same west side of the lake and they couldn't catch a fish. So one of his friends said to him, "Come, do you have an instrument called an autopilot in this boat?" He said, "How am I supposed to know?" So he checked and he figured out that an autopilot in that boat has been preset to always come or find its way back to the west side of the lake. Now, no matter how much he switches it, no matter what they try to do, they will always find themselves back on the spot that has been pre-programmed. Now, that pre-programming is in everybody's mind. You need to find your own, reset it, and then you can start to appreciate true financial prosperity in this new year. So I want to encourage you. There are about 3 things that you can do, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to mention one. I call it creating a mental video. A mental video basically is you creating an imagination in your mind and attaching emotion to that imagination. So I need you to do 2 things. First thing in the morning when you wake up before you do anything, and then the last thing you do before you go to bed. What I want you to do is to think about an amount of money that you don't think you can earn right now. For somebody, it could be ₦1,000,000. For another person, it could be ₦1,000,000,000. For another person, it could be ₦100,000,000. You don't think there is anything you can do right now that can give you that kind of money. So imagining yourself getting the bank alert of that amount of money. Now think about 10 things you're going to do with the money and see yourself doing that thing early in the morning. The first thing you do when you wake up, think about that amount of money. If it's ₦1,000,000,000, imagine you have ₦1,000,000,000 right now. Then think about 10 things you're going to do with that ₦1,000,000,000. Close your eyes and imagine yourself doing that thing. Do it in the morning, do it at night before you sleep, consistently for at least 3 good weeks. Then see what is going to happen to you. I'll give you an expo. What's going to happen to you is that your mind will start to recognize opportunities around you that can make it possible for you to earn ₦1,000,000,000. Why? Because you have created a conducive environment to attract the ₦1,000,000,000 that will be used to do those 10 things you have always thought about, that you have felt in your mental video creation. So to reset your thermostat, you need to go back and create something amazing, something that can overlap what is already existent. So basically, this is the first thing I want you to do this year before you go on with your financial goals and the things that you want to do. If your thermostat is not reset, you will not be able to retain sustainable wealth in your life. This is the only reason why people that you think are stupid are not smart like you are making a lot of money, and then you that you have all the smartness in the world, you are still struggling. So if you don't want to struggle in 2018, I beg you, I bet you, take your time for the next 3 weeks after seeing this video. First thing in the morning, the last thing at night, think about an amount of money that you don't think you can earn right now. And then think about 10 things you can do with that amount of money. And close your eyes while you do this. Imagine yourself doing those 10 things and feel it. If it's a car, imagine yourself driving that Maserati. All right. Imagine yourself doing exactly those 10 things that you would do with that money, and do it consistently for 3 weeks. You will start to see the change. This is a therapy that I've used for a lot of people, and they have seen the results in their lives. In the next video, I'm going to be sharing some deeper things with you about your financial thermostat. But till then, I remain your life and finance strategist, Sam Asiwaju. See you next time. Peace.